Can you tell us anything whatsoever?
Come on, I know you just give us. One more stage.
How you doing, everybody? I am the Reverend Raph. This is the Beer Buddy Kyle, and we are here with Dan and Julian from Armoured Earth. We are getting very close to the end of our series on Metal to the Max. At time of airing, there is only a couple of weeks left. If you do not have your tickets yet, get them. There will be links in the description. You can go and sort everything out. It's going to have all the details there. It's going to be a hell of a time all the way out there at Silverton at the Mad Max compound. So you don't want to miss out on that one. It's going to be a very, very special thing. But we are here for the quick question quarter. Spelled with Q's, not K's, because we don't roll like that.
No. Very good to point out.
So basically,
you really had to point that out. Oh no!
Hey, it's a bit. It's a bit. What do you think? It's a bit to lighten the mood. So basically, this is just a bunch of rapid fire questions, starting out nice and easy, getting a little more introspective as it goes further along, but you can worry about that when we get to them. And the whole idea is that we are trying to dive into our guest's musical mental mind to figure out what makes them tick. So we will dive straight in. Gentlemen, what was the first instrument that you learned to play? And vocals does count.
Drums.
Vocals.
Awesome. What was the first album that you purchased? Now, Dan, I know for you this might be going back to the old days.
I remember. It was very first album I purchased was on tape. It was at Brash's. It was
Brash's.
Michael Jackson, Dangerous.
Hey, that's a good one. Brash's. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
I got like one of the mail order album pamphlets thing, and I was like 10 or something, and I was like, all right, what's in here? And I got Austin Powers 2 soundtrack and the South Park Chef Aid soundtrack.
Oh, wow.
Bro, I still have that.
Pretty classic. Yeah, it was a classic one.
Look, Chef Aid is some of those songs still go hard.
Yeah, the old Dirty Bastard one still goes hard.
Yeah.
Horny by Moose T, classic.
I remember Rancid being that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Rancid.
they were too.
Wow.
Elton John.
Brash's.
Elton John was on that too.
God.
Was he?
Yeah.
What was the first live concert you attended?
Shit, that's another hard question. I can't remember. It might have been Slipknot. Well, are we talking overage or are we talking?
I mean, the first band that of note that people would recognize, you know?
Oh, okay. Well, then that's easy. First band of note was Frankenbach and Segression at Moorabbin Town Hall, Breezer gig that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But if we're talking over 18 concerts, I think it was Slipknot in 2004, maybe.
That sounds about. That would have been. Was that the year they played Big Day Out or the year before?
No, year before.
2004.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
I saw Silverchair at Queen's Wharf Event Centre, I think it was called at the time in Wellington, back in the old country. It was the
8th Australian state.
Yeah. You got to have some good states, you know.
Yeah.
That's why we have Victoria.
I said some I think yeah.
Oh,
Our definitions.
I think it's more of a stab at the New South Welshman sitting in the room.
I'll see what I'm saying.
I say nothing about you uppities.
Hey, I only drink the very best, mate.
Look, I've moved up to Canada now, so I'm fine. I don't
You're neutral. That's fine.
Yeah. Wow, Silverchair though. That was. What year would that have been?
It was 2002.
Oh.
But that was like Diorama, and it was not well. He was like weak and stuff. It was still a good show, memorable.
Yeah.
It's just
that's when he was just going through his arthritis and his what was it? The anorexia as well.
Overall, I think, and I was like, okay, this isn't what I expected, but still good.
Wow. Okay. What's an instrument you've always wanted to learn but haven't?
Guitar.
I mean, I know you said earlier you kind of don't play any instruments at all, so it's.
I did do recorder in primary school.
Well, you know what? Because we actually have to take that one out as the first instrument. Normally, we actually put recorder doesn't count because the amount of times of Australians that we've asked, what was your first instrument? They all go recorder in year 3.
Well,
Same,
the first instrument that I ever played would have been a kazoo or something like that.
Well, see, the played versus learned, though, is different thing.
Yeah,
well, they're very true. So the other instrument that I learned was vocals, but I always wanted to play guitar, but I'm very lazy.
Yeah. I think I want to learn to play guitar better. I think I like record demos. I'm like, yeah, this, and then there's the thing of like I'm like it'll sound better when the guitarist in the band play it.
Yeah, when the real guitarists get their hands on it, it'll be good. Like I'm the same.
Yeah. I'd actually also like to play the hurdy-gurdy.
It's an achievable goal, man. I support you.
I love the sound. And I've always wanted a walk-on song played on a hurdy-gurdy. I love the dirge. I love that sound.
Yeah. My real answer is piano, though.
Yes.
Figure something out. I'm like, yeah, I figured this out. I come back a week later, no idea. Have to find middle C, start again.
Piano is one of those things, like, because piano was the first instrument I learned properly, and it not just learned to play it, but did like theory and everything for like a solid 5 years. And it's like it drilled so much into my brain that whatever instrument I'm looking at or talking about, if I have to find a note in my head, it's just a piano roll, and I know I find the note on the piano roll first, and then I have to translate it to whatever instrument it is. That's how imprinted it is. There's value in it, though. It's a great instrument to learn because you're encompassing melody and rhythm and the supporting chords and everything all on the one thing. So
a huge range, and like every note's decipherable. Like,
unless it's played by me, and it's just
just stick to the white keys. You'd be good.
Racist.
I knew that was coming from somebody. Soon as the word was out of my mouth. We said it's not spelt with K's. Okay, let's be clear about that. All right, here's one. If you could pick one big band or artist to open a show for, now this is basically living or dead, active or not. If you could like bend the rules of space and time for it to be whatever point in their career that you could choose, what's one big artist or band that you would want to open a show for?
Pantera or Soilwork?
Yeah, nice.
I'm going to go modern and like vaguely more realistic, but still not going to happen, and say Silosis. I think that will be a fairly good fit. Okay.
And they're touring soon.
And they're touring soon. And I just think that, because I think of like, we play with like the other bands, I'm just like, that'd be terrible. No one's going to care about us. The gulf is too big between us. No one's going to come to Pantera and be like, "Did you see that opening band?" Like, no, I was smashed.
But it's the dream. It's like, you want to be able to say you did that shit.
Yeah, I would care less if no one was there. But the fact that I get to open for Pantera,
you did it.
Yeah,
You did it. That's
I opened for the Haunted, and it's one of the best things because at the time they were my favorite band, and Peter Dolving is still one of my favorite vocalists of all time. It's just amazing. And to have him standing at the side of the stage and then to say, "You guys are really good," and we gave him a shirt and all sorts of things. That was amazing.
That's awesome, man. It's so nice when you get those kind of opportunities. It really is. It feels like a lot of the sacrifice and a lot of the work was worth it in those moments. It helps to feel like you've kind of, even though it may not mean much to a lot of other people, it can mean a lot to you, which is the whole reason we do it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So who is a band or an artist that you're listening to right now that you believe is underrated and deserves more attention?
I've been listening to a lot of Days End again. And unfortunately they don't exist anymore, but fuck, they were a phenomenal band. And well, you guys would know all about that, your hometown and all that.
Yeah.
God, they were good.
They were.
They're really, really good.
So many bands though, like
Wow.
there's so many Aussie bands that have just never got the, like literally, if you had transplanted what they were doing and put it in the US where the market was bigger and better, they would easily be. They could have taken off, and they would have easily made a career out of like regularly touring and playing like, they could have done music as their career and toured and been those kind of like blue collar musician guys that are out there playing like, touring like 2,000 or 3,000 person shows in each state, just kind of doing the loop and things like that. And just because of the way the market is over here and the sparseness of the population and doing a niche genre in a country with such a small and spread out population, it just doesn't really translate.
The mathing doesn't math. It just doesn't work out. It just,
Yeah, unfortunately, but days end.
There is this like really like grimy, dirty kind of like hardcore band called be with me, Couch Slut.
Couch Slut.
And
I love these names, man.
Just the gnarliest sounding, like roughest, like so good, like I was like listen to it, I'm like I saw like a random review and it was like, oh yeah, I'll listen to this, and I was like, that is like the dirtiest sounding shit. It's so good.
All right, hang on. Let me.
I swear they make these names just so YouTube, Facebook, and shit like that have to keep the word in the thing, and they can't censor it. It's like a mad fuck you to censorship.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check them out.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty good. Yeah,
I'm giving them a follow. I can't wait to check it out.
All right.
I tend to be a bit of a couch slut at the best of times, so
yeah. I didn't get this body being a gym slut. Let me tell you that. What is something people may be surprised to learn about you?
I don't know. In what way?
Whatever way you want. Just a fun fact about you.
Yeah.
Let's go around the circle and say a fun fact. Putting you on the spot.
He's not actually from New Zealand. He just speaks with the accent.
He just fakes the accent, doesn't he?
Yeah, when he's not on camera or on stage or at a gig or anything, you should hear his accent. It's a proper.
Oh yeah, here you go. You can go fucking yeah, fucking.
Dingo. Yeah, it's a secret. Not a secret about me. A secret about you.
I was getting your one out of the way.
Oh, okay.
So you were talking about that, and I've got to think about mine. I was helping you.
My actual one is that I'm really liking Chappell Roan at the moment. Pop star. She's got some bangers. Good Luck Babe. My kink is Karma. Like good classic. Red One's like just like fucking smashing it out of the park. Amazing theatrical pop music, good melodies, bit of edge. It's great. She plays with like she's got like a 3-piece like rock band, plays with her. There's 3 women, crush it. All amazing musicians. Like, yeah.
Okay, I've heard the name. I can't say I'm familiar with any of the music, but I have heard the name floating around on social media. So
yeah, it's out there. It's definitely.
So you reckon she's kind of like the next big thing?
Definitely. It's blowing up.
Nice.
It's like one of those things like, oh yeah, it took like 7 years to become an overnight sensation or something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I hate it when she was an overnight sensation. No, we're just going to skip out of the last 6 years of dedication and practice that they put into it. Yes,
Just like, oh, you just got found on TikTok, hey, mean. That's cool. I'll do that too. Just get on the TikTok, be famous, classic.
I'm actually vegan and I do CrossFit.
See, now I'm trying to work out if you're fucking with me or not because you're such a deadpan humor. I just can never quite tell with you.
And one of them's the truth, and one of them's a lie.
I'm also a cyclist.
He's not a vegan. He's CrossFit. He's not fit.
I love that. I'm going to use that from now on. I'm going to. Do you do CrossFit? Well, I'm cross that I'm not fit. I'm going to use that one.
I don't actually really like metal.
Oh.
He doesn't really like it. He loves it.
No,
he loves it.
You've put me on the spot. This is. I don't know.
Yeah, we pulled a bit of a sneaky on you here, starting out with the easy ones.
Oh, just something that would surprise people. Like, oh, they're the Legos.
No,
Well, okay, but what about what you said earlier, where it's like a lot of people that come into metal come in through bands like Metallica, right? Like, but you came into it through Pantera, which I feel is quite unusual for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people don't discover something like Pantera until they're already into the genre.
Yeah, well, I actually got shown Pantera by my mum's best friend's son, because he just bought the album and he's gone, mate, you've got to listen to this. He was 14 or something, and I was 9, and said, you have to listen to this. And so I did, and it was the best thing I'd ever fucking heard, ever.
It's beautiful, to be honest.
And he played me Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills first.
Which is not like an accurate representation of like, this is what they sound like.
Strength Beyond Strength, and we listened to the whole album, and I asked him to put it on again, and we listened to it again, and I just never like it. I suppose
but that's really cool though. Like, having someone that's a little bit older that can help broaden your musical horizons is really cool and important. Like, my first job was working at a Blockbuster Video, and one of the guys there was a few years older than me, and we got talking about music because we both liked it, and he's like, I'm going to make you some CDs with stuff on it that I think you'll like. And it was just like expanded my fucking horizons musically by like
And that,
years.
children, was how the first Spotify playlist was born.
I haven't thought of one.
I gotta do something about music right now. I'll be back in
I've probably got to take in washing or something.
No.
Which means all my washing at home is now getting fucking wet. I can bend my 4 toes, not including my big toe. I can bend the end knuckle backwards.
Whoa!
I'm not going to ask you to do it on camera, but we're going to need a demonstration at Metal to the Max.
If you remind me, I will show you.
Okay.
Oh, that's something I'm not going to be able to forget.
I can't do it on my left.
It's all right. We'll at Metal to the Max. We'll film it just to send to Kazi.
Really? What, does he have a thing about feet? Does he?
He fucking gets grossed out by feet like that.
I've got his number. I'll film it and send it to him tonight.
Do it.
Oh god.
Oh my god, man. No, that's great. That's great.
The only reason I thought of it because I'm actually doing it at the moment in my shoe.
Fair enough. Hey, look, that counts. That counts. What I might do, I might just pause for a second.
Yep.
And then we'll pick it up again once he's back.
Comes back.
So to fuck with continuity before we're talking, we did have my unusual fact.
All right. And the last question. Now, I, on the channel, go by the name Reverend Raph because I am, in fact, an ordained minister. Not that I ever put that to any use, but it's nice being able to put Reverend as my title on documents and see people's reactions. But with that in mind, it's confession time. What is your worst musical sin?
I have no idea.
And you can interpret that question however you may like.
I've only had one. I've had one guitar lesson. That's I can't read music.
We said one, man. We said one. Stop.
Same thing. You can't learn how to read music through one guitar lesson from a family friend.
Yeah.
Making me think about this shit.
Yeah, so, well, look, if it helps, this is the last question. So this is the last time you'll have to put that noggin to use.
Because I still remember when I first met you, you were going by Seraph Black.
Yeah. Different stage names for different things, I
can't. What was your one in Acid Nip? I can't remember that one.
So Acid Nip. So it's kind of evolved, right? But it stayed on the theme, I guess. So like Tensions Arise, I went under Seraph Black. Then when I moved into Acid Nymph, I changed it to Riff Raff.
That's right.
Which was a bit of a play because Kazi, when I was in Tensions, he'd call me like, because Kazi and I were big fans of like Ronnie John's Chopper.
Yep.
So he, Uncle Chop Chop, whatever. So he'd mockingly call me like Uncle Raff Raff. And so I kind of parlayed that into Riff Raff when I moved over to Acid Nymph. And then, when I moved up here and started doing stuff with Skunkbone, it was RAF, just shortened to RAF. And so that's why that's usually what I go by these days.
Nice.
And Reverend Raph, a little bit of alliteration just to be a dickhead about it, because why not?
Yeah, no, it's totally fine.
Well, the official title is Reverend of Rock, but I don't.
All right. It took me 15 years of doing music before I had a singing lesson.
There you go. There you go. And look, the fact that you've been able to do a lot of what you've done without any lessons is incredible.
Yeah, and it was only because the producer of the Scarlet Surface album pushed me to do it and booked the lesson for me.
Look, there's no harm in if even experienced people seeking out lessons and taking in new knowledge from people that. It's always worthwhile to hone your craft like that,
Oh, for
no
sure.
matter how long you've been doing it. So, honestly, I'm probably, I'm sure if I went to someone that was really a real hot shot on bass and was giving lessons, they could pick up 1,000 things I'm doing wrong that I could tweak to improve my playing, but I don't want to.
Actually, I'm going to change mine.
Okay.
I don't warm up before shows.
Ooh, okay.
I've never done it. I never will. And some extremely good vocalists that I know crack the shits at me because I don't do it and they do.
I think one of the closest thing you do is you might talk on the phone for a bit before we record or something, but that's barely a warm up.
Yeah.
Well, let's go along. Frank Sinatra used to do these. Frank Sinatra never used to warm up.
Didn't it?
No, his whole thing was I talk the whole day or my
so
shows
do
are
I.
at night. If my voice ain't warm up by then, it's not going to be warm by the time I get on stage or I record.
I had the same feeling, and I didn't know that was something that Frank Sinatra said. So
I'm sure it was Frank Sinatra. I'm like 100%.
look,
Yeah.
I believe you. And if you want to compare me to Frank Sinatra, I'll be happy with that.
All right. Well, there you go. That's in the quick question quarter. Thank you for being so candid with us, gentlemen. We're very, very appreciative of that.
Great chat.
So, as we've said, this is all in support of Metal to the Max Festival. So get your tickets now before they're gone. There's not long left. Thank you very, very much for spending the time with us today, guys. It's been amazing to catch up. Dan, awesome, always awesome to chat. And Julian, great to meet you, and I look forward to meeting you in person out at Silverton. Thank you very, very much. It's been awesome. We'll have links to all of Armored Earth stuff in the description there. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Raph. This has been Kyle. You guys are amazing. Catch you guys next time.
Peace.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thank you very much for watching today's video. We really hope you had a good time with us. If you did, consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons down there and ring that bell so you get notified of all the videos we've got coming out. And we do also have a Patreon. If you're interested, you can head on over there. You can get all the videos early and ad-free. So, a little bit of a benefit. It's only a couple of bucks a month. But if not, thank you very much for watching anyway, and we'll catch you guys next time.